Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm very happy to show you my March plan with me video, and although it is a little bit too late to post it technically, I am still so happy with how it turned out in the end, and I really want you to see it. For the month of March, I decided to go with the theme of the planet Mars, as it was initially the inspiration for the name of the month. And as I was looking for some reference pictures on Pinterest, I stumbled upon these very pretty vintage looking space traveling posters. And I was just so immersed into how pretty they look and how vibrant the colors are and how inspiring it is. So I just decided I have to do it. And I came across this exact poster with a kind of Mars landscape with a futuristic city in the background and a lady with a tote bag just walking her dog after doing some groceries, I'm guessing. Of course, I didn't really follow it exactly, but I was still very inspired by it, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out in the end, even though it was so difficult to come up with all the colors and to try to follow in this style. It is a very different style from what I usually try to draw, but I really enjoy it and I always wanted to try this kind of poster looking thing. And it was a bit tricky to draw the person because I am absolutely terrible at drawing people, even though I really want to learn how to do it properly. So I had to hide her face under this helmet, and yeah, just try to make it as simplistic as possible. But in the end, I incredibly enjoyed how this page turned out. I love the colors. I love that it wasn't like an explosion of different colors and styles. The color palette is incredibly pretty. All these oranges and yellows together. It was a little bit tricky to draw around the letters, but I feel like I managed to do that pretty fine. And the gouache is such a satisfying type of paint for me personally, because when you reach this kind of smooth texture and it just stays on the paper as a smooth layer. And after adding some highlights and some shadows here and there, just to make it stand out a bit more, we are finally ready with the so-called quote page to move on to the cover page itself. For the cover page for this month, I did a more minimalistic drawing of the planet Mars with this futuristic looking font text on top and a little quote from a famous song in the bottom under the planet. I enjoy the peeling of the washi tape so incredibly much, and this one turned out so great. It is almost perfect. There are like a couple of smushes here and there, but it is so good. It looks so clean in the end, and I really enjoy it. And as we're done with the peeling, let's move on to the next page, which is obviously a calendar. For the calendar spread for this month, I didn't really have an exact idea. Obviously, I still wanted to stick to the space and Mars theme, so I just went with imagination, basically. I did a very simplistic boxy style calendar with the same color palette, orange, yellow, red for the headers for the days of the week, and then the bottom, because I had this big empty space, I just did a little Mars landscape with a tiny robot rolling around, because why not? And as I had a little bit of empty space left on the right side, I just obviously added a couple of trackers for my YouTube and Instagram progress. And the calendar spread is finally done. It took me so little time comparing to the first quote page. And let's move on to the mood and habit trackers for this month. With the mood tracker, I have a very difficult relationship as this spread because I like how it looks in the end when it's finished. The only problem is I never finish it. I think in the month of February, I haven't tracked a single day, and it pains me so much because I really want to and I was really excited about the idea I had. I just never had idea what to track, how to track, when to track, so I just never tracked. And that's why for the month of March, I decided to not dedicate exactly one page for the mood tracker I'm probably never gonna use. So I merged together habits and mood trackers on one page. As for the habit trackers, I also decided to make a little bit less because I sometimes don't even know what do I want to track, so it just ends up being an empty box, and I don't really like how that looks. So I just did this ticket style habit and mood trackers. Ticket obviously because I was still thinking about space traveling and vintage looking posters, so vintage looking tickets was like a good idea. And for the final page of this monthly spread, I decided to do another drawing. This month is incredibly drawing heavy. It is very time taking. It was a bit complicated because the style was so new to me, so unusual. But I love how it looks in the end. It looks so pretty, all these colors, all these kind of same style pages. It just looks incredibly pretty to look through. And for the last page, I decided to do another drawing, another poster style thing with aliens, because obviously when you think about space, somewhere in the backside of your brain, you do consider aliens. Of course, if you are looking through different vintage looking posters, almost every single one of them has this black outline of pretty much everything on the page. And I was a bit hesitant to do it at first because it is pretty scary to use so much black outline on the technically already finished art. And I was just scared that I'm gonna mess it up and it's gonna look terrible, but I did not regret it at all. It looks so pretty. It just make it all look incredibly good in the end, and I was very, very pleased with it. And just like that, the last peel of the washi tape, and we are ready for the final flip through. This month was incredibly time-taking, and as you can see, my setup wasn't perfect because I had to move around a bit, so I don't have all of my equipment with me. But even though I spent probably over 4 hours, maybe even close to 5, on doing all of this, I love how it looks. It looks so pretty, and I'm really excited to try to use it more this month. So, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you like it. Stick around, subscribe, and I will see you pretty soon in the next video. Bye!